Hey there and welcome to Storytime. So in this week's episode we are going to talk about how I lost my virginity, because that was a request by many people. I have no idea why people really want to know that, but yeah, why not do a little commentary on this or an episode of Storytime. So yeah, the thing is, there are actually two stories behind this, because there's a public version and there's the true version of how I lost my virginity. And that's because I went to a Catholic, it's called Catholic, yeah, Catholic school kind of thing, and my parents are kind of religious, and yeah, so the real story would probably hurt them in any kind of way, so I made up a story that was, they could kind of deal with, so yeah, and that's the story that's public, and yeah, I'm going to tell you the public story first. The public story is pretty easy. I met this girl, we were dating for 2 months, I think, yeah, 2 months, and yeah, everything went well, and we had a great time, and there was a lot of hand holding and a little bit of kissing, everything was innocent. And after a little while, on a special day, we went shopping a little bit, we went walking a little bit, and yeah, in the evening we had dinner together, a nice little dinner in a restaurant, and everything was cool. I was maybe 16 to 17, I can't really remember that right now, but who cares? And yeah, once we got home, candles everywhere, and it was so romantic, and we made love for a couple of hours, and yeah. So that's the public version of the story, but not the version how it really happened. The real version is, the true version is, oh my god, I was very, very young when that happened. I'm not gonna tell you the exact age, but let's just say it's over a decade, so I was very, very young. Too young, much too young to do it. But yeah, we had sex education in school, and we learned all about how sex works, how the guy has a penis, the girl has a vagina, and you stick the one into the other and bam, you're making babies basically. And the thing was, I had this girl friend, a female friend, and we were talking a lot. We were pretty close at that time, and she just said to me, hey, why not try a little bit of those things that we heard about, like kissing, for example. So we tried kissing. At first we thought that was really weird. It just felt weird, but after a while it got better. Kissing just gets better pretty fast. So yeah, we tried that, and yeah, she thought, why not try out the sex part too? We heard that it could, be very painful for a girl, and that she needs to trust the guy basically, and we shouldn't do it before marriage basically, but we didn't want to do it. We were little rebels, so yeah, we really wanted to do it, and so yeah, we decided, why not give it a try? And actually we did it at school. We went into, there was this art preparation room, we went in there, and we just both took off our clothes, and we were looking at each other and had basically no idea what to do. We knew the theory of how it should work, but doing it actually at that young age, not really, It was really confusing. So yeah, I touched her little boobs a little bit. She didn't really have boobs at the time. I had hit puberty really early. I had hit puberty maybe a half year before that, so I kind of knew what a hard-on was, for example, but I don't think she had hit puberty by that time, or not that hard of, as I said, she didn't have real boobs, for example, and yeah, I touched her a little bit, she touched me a little bit, and I had a hard-on pretty fast. If you're young, that's just going like bam, like this. And yeah, so she lay down on a table and yeah, climbed on top of her, and I did it. You all know how it is. But the thing was kind of, boring, if you want to put it like that. It was just like, it hurt for her, and it wasn't that good for me. I just slid it in, and it was like, okay, now what I'm gonna do, and maybe a little bit moving, and I don't know, it was so weird. I had no idea what I was doing. And yeah, just before I reached my orgasm, before I was finished basically, or before I thought I would finish, I had no orgasm up to that point. I tried masturbating before that, but it never came to the point of orgasm, so I thought I was reaching orgasm when someone entered the room, our art teacher actually. I had no idea that she would need the art preparation room on that day, But yeah, she entered the room, she caught us, and we were dragged to the principal. And the only reason the principal didn't tell our parents what we did was that he was kind of afraid of, you know, the school's reputation. He just didn't want that to be ruined. So he just said we are supposed to never ever do that again until we get married, of course. And yeah, he just let us loose and it was okay. But of course, we were children, we were little rebels, as I said. So yeah, we did it again a couple of times and it actually got to be better. But, you know, real sex really happened a little bit later. I don't know, but it was a very weird experience. But yeah. And I think half a year later, by the end of the school year, the girl had to move and yeah. I didn't see her for a long time. I think the next time I saw her I was around 22 or 23. It was right before I was supposed to start computer sciences, studying computer sciences. I was right before that, maybe 1 or 2 months before that. I was waiting for a bus at a bus station and I looked over to that girl and I kind of recognized her. I don't know what it was. It was just... she looked so familiar and I just knew at that moment that it was her. And I was really shocked. And the reason for that was she looked very, I don't know, devastated. She looked horrible. That's so mean to say that. But, you know, her clothes weren't that clean. They were shred to pieces, basically, you know, like punks do that. I have no idea if they still exist, but yeah, and she just looked fucked up. So I went on the German version of Facebook that existed back then and that I was using back then, and I only knew she wasn't on there, she wasn't registered there, but her best friend was. I looked her up too, and I asked her what happened to her, and she told me that her mother had an abusive boyfriend. That was the reason why she had moved away, because of that new boyfriend. And you know, they split up maybe 1 or 2 years before that. And the girl I had sex with back then, you know, my first time, she was actually, I think, sexually abused by that guy, and that led her to drugs and running away from home, basically. So she had a really tough life, as it turned out. And you know, I kind of feel bad for her because she was a really great person. But yeah, that's just how life works. Sometimes people have luck, sometimes, yeah, people have to suffer. But yeah, I never spoke to her again, so yeah, kind of a sad thing, but yeah. It started off as a funny story and now I'm sad again. No, damn it. But yeah, so that was the story of my first time. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if you did, and rate the video, of course, and subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, that was it for this week's episode of Storytime. As I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. I'm iLostLink, signing out.